So for those of you who do not know yet, Wolverine, a new video game by Insomniac, has some serious involvement from Sweet Baby Inc. They announced that they were going to be doing this a while back, working on Sweet Baby Inc. I've got a post here from Grums who breaks a lot of it down, which is very helpful. And I'm going to go through this, but I've also got a ton of other information to share with you about this game that I actually covered back in December of last year. I've known about this game having Sweet Baby Inc. involvement for quite some time, and there were a bunch of leaks that got deleted online, so I can't actually show a bunch of these leaks, but there are a couple of things I can show you that paint a great picture of where this game is headed, and much of it is likely due to the incompetent leadership at Insomniac, as well as involvement from Sweet Baby Inc. So it says here, Thwip and also Snicked, so excited and grateful to say that we're part of the teams bringing Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine to life with the amazing folks at Insomniac Games. It's been a truly marvelous experience. And there are some leaks about Jean Grey. So let's go through this post with Grums. Something big happened yesterday, and most people missed it. Every theory we had about the uglification of women in AAA gaming turned out to be true. It actually turned out to be true months ago. Look at what happened to Jean Grey from Insomniac Games Marvel's Wolverine from these leaked early screenshots of the first beautiful model to the masculine, world-weary version we have today. They are ruining Marvel, and yes, Marvel's Wolverine is a Sweet Baby Inc. game. We were told it was the difficulty of scanning actors or just tricks of light and bad screen caps. We were told we were incels for even questioning it. As a game dev, I knew this was BS. As gamers, you knew it was BS from comparisons with Asian games. Yesterday, we found out. A principal artist, read this as lead, at major studios including Naughty Dog, Rocksteady, and Respawn told the truth. So here are a couple of the screenshots that show what's going on with Wolverine. This isn't a very good angle of Jean Grey, but you get a much better picture when you see her face right here. I'm not sure if this is a placeholder image for her face, but it looks like a monstrosity. It's just awful. It certainly does look weird. It doesn't really match with the rest of her body. Now, some of the renderings are pushing through each other and just glitching through one another. So this is likely an incomplete version of the game. In fact, I have no doubt it's an incomplete version of the game. Insomniac says that this game is evolving, but judging from what I've been seeing and from some of the leaks that I've been able to witness, it does not look like it's headed in a good direction at all. Now, this game is a dual protagonist video game, so you're not just going to be playing as Wolverine, you're also going to be playing as Jean Grey. She's going to have some ranged attacks. I can't show gameplay because I'm not sure if they're going to try and take my video down or not, just for showing you either these pictures or gameplay for that matter. But they have clearly gone the horse-faced route with Jean Grey, and this is further proof that they're trying to masculinize all women, uglify them, make all these female characters scanned from these beautiful actresses look absolutely terrible inside of the video game. And this is a movement that has been encouraged and enforced by quite a few gaming companies and studios, including publishers like Microsoft and Sony. I know Nintendo of America is starting to dip their feet in that pool. That's something that we can expect from them in the future, with localization, rewriting in-game history, etc., etc. If you don't believe me, just take the word of the actual developers who work on these games. Yesterday, a principal artist, lead at major studios such as Naughty Dog, Rocksteady Games, and Respawn talked about his frustration at trying to get his designs for beautiful female characters approved at AAA studios. Every time he concepted them, every time he pitched them, every time he brought it up at meetings, he was ignored. Inexplicably, each character went from beautiful to grocery store aunties, each revision worse than the last. This is no fan of gamers or Gamergate 2. This is a liberal, woke dev with seemingly a lot of talent who is bringing you this information, and he hates to have you use it, but he feels strongly enough that even he has to say something. So this guy that I've actually reported on, Del Walker, I'm pretty sure that he has me blocked. Despite the things that he has said and done in the past, this means so much to him that he can't make beautiful characters in video games without being punched down by his employers. He felt strongly enough about it that it was a big enough issue that he needed to give ammo to the other side. And that is how serious of a situation this is and how real of a situation this is. They really are actually doing this. They are forbidding these artists and these game developers, CG modelers, to create any kind of beauty in these video games. If it's a female character, she has to look androgynous, masculine, or unrecognizable in some kind of way. They have done this before. I've reported on it in the past, and let's see what this guy has to say. I'm not talking about mild changes. I'm talking about pose, aura, style, softness, age, flair. I hate giving Gamergate men fuel, but it's very difficult to pitch beautiful or vain black women in games without them coming back like grocery store aunties. There is room for both, so this guy feels strongly about this. Unfortunately, he attacks people for no reason on social media, but he does make a good point here. For clarity, this is just an example to convey the point. But it's true, they are doing stuff like this, and if you have people on the inside admitting that this is true despite the fact that they are completely against the people that point it out, you know that it is a big deal. Remember who Del Walker is, principal game artist, previously Naughty Dog, Rocksteady Games, Respawn. This guy has a rep. He's worked inside of the gaming industry, and they are coming out and admitting this to people. We know that Sweet Baby Inc. is involved with Marvel's Wolverine. We know this because of Sweet Baby Inc.'s own tweets, and because of a narrative director for Insomniac's Wolverine game ran to the defense of SBI. SBI does two things well talked about. They assist with dialogue and story. I'm not going to go through all of it, but that is something that they do. And this is the post. Some of you don't seem to understand how narrative consulting on games works, but don't worry, I do. So Insomniac came to the defense of Sweet Baby Inc. and they were made to look like fools for it. But there is more about this game to be concerned about. Back in December 18, 2023, I saw some of these leaks for myself. This is one of the images that were leaked. This is Tyger Tyger, a Marvel character in the comics. Now, in the game, she and Mystique, okay, I understand that Mystique is apparently bisexual in the comics, but in this game, Tyger Tyger and Mystique are married. Yes, and Tyger Tyger has a bar. Now, if you look at this female character, this is one of the characters in the new Wolverine game. It's slightly blurred out, but you can see that they are going the Crimson Chin route, like big time with Tyger Tyger. And I saw some of the gameplay for myself to confirm that even in the in-game cutscenes, she looks like this. This is not just an edited Photoshop thing. And just to show you that this is the character who is playing her, this is what they make her look like in the game, okay? Kelly Hu, this is the actress that is playing Tyger Tyger, and she looks like that? It looks nothing like her, does it? And it says Kelly Hu will play Jason Hoan, I think that's how it's pronounced, sorry if I get it wrong, Raven's wife and owner of the Princess Bar. Yeah, looks nothing like her. Now, please don't get your hopes up. I'm not going to be able to show you a bunch of leaks, okay? They were all taken down long ago. Now, there was some gameplay, I think, right there that I'm going to try not to show. But yes, they took down a lot of these leaks, and there were character leaks with cast leaks as well that were shown to everybody when this happened. Wolverine, played by Liam McIntyre, for example, they had Jean Grey, Mr. Sinister, and they confirmed that Jean Grey is in this game. Now, I was able to find one Reddit post, okay, that shows some of the gameplay in a very small screen. So here's a still from the game itself showing Tyger Tyger in her super Crimson Chin form, and she apparently assists Wolverine throughout the game. There are other parts of the leaks that I can't show, but there are snippets of you being able to play as Jean Grey and cast magic at people. And her model really does not look that appealing, but it does confirm that there is a dual protagonist system in this game. So you're not really just going to be playing as Wolverine. It should be called Wolverine and Jean Grey, but it's called Wolverine, I guess. So they're not just making Jean Grey ugly, they're making other female characters in the game ugly too. Who knows what they're going to do with Mystique? That's just hilarious to imagine. I'm sure that it won't be all that great. She's supposed to be disguised as Bolivar Trask in that game. So again, I don't know what they're going to do with that character, but from what I'm seeing, they're just going the Mary Jane Watson route from Spider-Man 2 and making all of the females ugly again. Kelly Hu is a gorgeous actress, but did you see that character screenshot? Not looking too good. It says in the gameplay, we see Wolverine facing numerous hand soldiers. He's doing so by using both his claws and also handling other weapons like katanas. Parkour elements were also revealed, which looks similar to Insomniac's Spider-Man. As for Jean, not much was shown besides the fact that she can levitate and manipulate energy and objects to fight. It's very slow, very clunky looking ranged gameplay. I'm sure that they'll fix it by then. It might look better by the time the game releases, but we all know what Sweet Baby Inc. does to games that they work on. They end up messing them up big time, and that's something that we can expect from Insomniac's Wolverine. It's sad because I'm actually one of those people that were really excited about the Wolverine game, but ever since it was revealed back in December, I've known about this stuff, that Sweet Baby Inc. has been working on this and that they were uglifying women in their game. I just don't have hope for this game anymore. It's not really our fault for pointing these things out or noticing these things. This is something that Insomniac and Sweet Baby Inc. are trying to push. It's something that big corporations are trying to push. It's all right there. You've seen the proof. You've seen the evidence being confirmed by multiple news websites. Of course, I cannot show you footage. But Jean Grey is the least of your worries. All right, you have to worry about the woke writing, the LGBTQ plus themes, the Sweet Baby Inc. involvement, so expect Wolverine to get punched down by other women in the game. I've seen that a couple of the ladies in the gameplay save his life a couple of times with a shotgun. So Wolverine's gonna get his butt saved by ladies this time around. So yeah, Wolverine seems really promising. The problem is that these corporations who are pushing this stuff down our throats, this DEI nonsense every single day, they think that they are doing the right thing. They think that these changes are helping their sales and they're helping more gamers to be interested in video games. But what Grum says here, I do think rings true for most people that see this situation from the outside looking in. The answer is no. None of these changes help. They don't help the industry plagued by layoffs and soft sales. They don't help gamers, many of whom are women who want to play beautiful female characters. That's something that people often forget, is that women want to play beautiful women too. They don't help trans who also want to pass as beautiful women and aspire to that. That is also true. These are empty token gestures born of a knee-jerk response to misguided empathy. They do more harm than good, and they will continue to hurt the entire industry as the trend continues. It's time to stop. And I agree. I do think that it's time to stop. I think that when these games start releasing back to back, the sales will speak for themselves. I'm sure that people are going to vote with their wallets. Who knows if these games are going to be successful? Hasn't looked too good for Sweet Baby Inc. games in the past, especially with Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, which a lot of haters tried to ignore even happened, but it did happen. But this uglifying women trend is something that is going to crash and burn eventually. But we will know if that is true once and for all in time. And that is all I've got for you guys in this video today. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't had the chance to like it and share it with your friends, that would be awesome. And hey, if you're feeling ultra spicy, consider subscribing to my channel so that you're always up to date on what kind of thing I've got going on. I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Later. Meow meow.